It's very essential for our viewers to differentiate between three industries in 3D printing, which have totally different application model. We have the metal 3D printing, we have the plastic 3D printing, and we have, which is a bit similar, but we have a total different ball game, which is the concrete 3D printing. As far as CC, we're exploring now 2 out of these 3 heavily, and we have already pilot projects that we are deploying these technologies. As far as plastic first, we have signed a strategic partnership with Imansa Lab, brilliant startup in Dubai with brilliant engineers, and we have done 2 major pilots in UAE. One, molds for constructions, which succeeded to print molds for construction, and another
one for pouring concrete. This is the mold.
Exactly. So instead of printing the concrete itself, you print the formwork or the mold, so you can reuse it. It was a cycle of 3-4 months trial and error until we succeeded. And another one, exactly what you touch on, is probably falls under additive, what's called additive manufacturing or digital inventory. What we've done is in our plant machine vehicle yard in Abu Dhabi, we took many spare parts of our construction fleet, and we reverse engineered that spare parts, we printed them back, and we installed them. Now, as we speak, we have 6 spare parts who are installed on 6 construction machines operating as usual. And some of them even exceeded the traditional, and some of them even cheaper.
So it's not just the construction of the finished structure, it's also
the equipment. That's one ball game, what we do.
Yeah.
The other ball game, what we're doing is that basically, given that we're in Dubai now, it's worth mentioning that the main motive behind us getting into 3D printing for concrete is to align ourselves with Dubai leadership vision for 3D printing concrete. We know that next year, all contractors are asked to use 2% of the buildings to be 3D printed, and it will increase 2% until it becomes 25 by 2030, I guess. So it's very essential for us to have, we have committed to align ourselves with this vision, and now we are doing pilots in different areas in the region for 3D printing, collaborating with startup. One is taking place soon in Zahia, a mall with Futtaim in Sharjah, and another major project we have now, I cannot announce the detail because the client will announce it soon. It's a major construction. It's going to be one of the biggest in the region and the world when it comes to 3D printing concrete. It's going to be in the region also, as we're committed to do it in the Arab world, with most of the time startups from the region.
So I guess one question here is there enough capacity? Are there enough startups in this region, in this space? Because we hear one of the drivers for the UAE innovation strategy is to encourage startups and innovation, but a lot of it's happening in Silicon Valley or in other countries.
I think given the gentleman that he's coming from, a consultant to the Dubai Future Museum, says a different message, if I may.
Okay.
I think when you have a leadership that sets a very aggressive goal to have 2% of your 3D of your building 3D printed, this will drive 3 sectors. Will drive the innovation in the contractors, will drive innovation in the startup, and most importantly, which I think we should touch on today, drive legislation. The biggest showstopper for startups in the Middle East now and in the world is legislation. When you hear about London doing legislation for autonomous driving, because this is the only way you can promote technology. And this is the leadership vision will drive, and I know for a fact that in Dubai today, there is so much effort to do legislation for 3D printing.
So maybe if we can
come to support that initiative.
Come to Dominic on that. So in terms of legislation,